Today it's Lee Bennett, the former Balmain right eastward skipper. He's been down to the dressing sheds. What have the coaches said, Lee?
Well, guys, I was lucky enough to catch up with both coaches. Brett Cook's message, the Wenty coach, his main message was to stop the offloads. They were in the grind for the first 20 minutes, but he wants his players to wrap the ball up, stick to their tackles, and must go set for set. And my old teammate, the Bulldogs coach, Justin Holbrook's message was to keep playing footy. Justin was happy with their first half, but he wants them to stay consistent and go for the full 80 minutes. He doesn't want them to think the work is done here and there's still another half to go.
All right, Lee, thank you for that. Well done, mate. Canterbury in possession. We just saw Michael Hodgson actually overrun Trent Cutler.
Just play where you are.
When Cutler fielded the ball from the kickoff. You don't see that happen too often. And now the Bulldogs through Hodgson, ramming their way downfield. He'll play it back to Pumapi, and he in turn gives the ball off to Brad Moran. Racing up quickly in defence, Joseph Paulo, and a good job. Now Mickey Payup.
Nathan, straight up, mate.
Payup was stopped in his tracks. Tackle there was made by Nathan Armott. Now Nathan Smith, lovely ball onto the chest of Jake Foster. Away he goes. He's got support in Bryson Goodwin, and Goodwin scores 60 seconds into the second half. I got no doubt the man that threw the final pass could have scored himself anyway.
Not sure if he knew where he was there, Jake Foster. This is a magic ball from Nathan Smith. He's had a great match this afternoon, Nathan. Been very consistent all year, and again, Aaron Fluke moving in has created that try for Jake Foster. That big hole just opened up, and you don't give this bloke half a chance because you give him some space and he'll do anything to you. Straight away, Bryson Goodwin good in support, and good try there early on. But again, Aaron Fluke, I think, Lee, you might agree with me, just moved in and shouldn't have done.
Yeah, definitely turned inside there, and Nathan Smith saw that and threw a great little ball. Found a nice little spot there, nice little gap.
So Goodwin hasn't had a great day with the boot. Let's see how he fares on this occasion. Got it away well, and has got the flags in the air that time. His kicking stats today, 3 from 6. 22-0 to Canterbury. And Lee Bennett, that is exactly what Brett Cook didn't want.
No, I only just spoke with him just shortly, and he wanted to go set for set here in the first minute. Canterbury coming up with a try there, and they got a few offloads earlier in the tackle count as well. And his main message was wrap the ball up, lock it up, and stick to your tackles.
Complete. So Bulldogs flying high. Jake Foster is tackled. He's got himself involved in the game, Pete, since he was injected.
Yeah, he's back from injury, Jake, too, and as you realise, he was early on that left edge back rower in the NRL side, and it's good to get him and Mickey Payer back on the park, especially coming towards semi-final time. Gary Warburg.
Another bust. Canterbury away this time through Ravakava. He's got support with Cutler. Dummy still had time to get it to him. He flicks it to junior tier Khalifi, and Canterbury scores its second try of the second half. 3 minutes and 20 seconds in. This could be embarrassing.
Another great ball here, and you can see it coming through Gary Warburton. Once again, just a poor tackle there. Daniel Mortimer just didn't get a lot of support in that tackle. Had to make a low shot, gave him a little bit of room to get around him. And Daniel Ravakava there, I'm not quite sure he shouldn't have passed that ball a little bit earlier, but again, Trent Cutler with the wherewithal straight back into junior to Khalifi. Good support play. Probably messed around a little bit, Daniel Ravakava, but you're right, it's ominous on those edges, David.
So Goodwin will have yet another attempt. Lots of kicking practice today for the Canterbury number 5. It'll be 28-0.
Lee, as a captain, what are you saying behind the goalpost at the moment to this side if you're in that same situation?
Well, you can see that obviously the arm wrestle, you need to stick into that, you need to get into the grind of the game. Yeah. All the momentum straight from the kickoff now has been with the Bulldogs. Yeah. You really need to just go, I just want this set of 6 done. Let's get the ball in our hands. Let's be in control here, get the ball in our hands and stick with it, get a good set in, get a good kick chase.
And in many respects start all over. Forget about the scoreboard and get back to doing the basics right. And now we see Hodgson hammered by 2 defenders, Manu Kafoa and Armott. Moran, hard and straight, only way he knows. Talitalizi down low, Hunt across the top. Pumapi, Smith on the outside to Jake Foster, and this of course is Josh Morris, very familiar face. Dropped on the ground by virtue of the Joseph Paulo tackle. Now a little bit of indecision on acting half by Pummerby. Not sure what happened there. He looked up and there were no runners. Talisi puts a bear hug on him. Now from Smith away to Cutler for the kick. And a one bounce into the waiting arms of Henry Raului. And he was very much the lone ranger there. We see Payer going to the sideline with an injury, favouring an ankle. We'll get Lee to check on that in due course. Chris Hicks, meanwhile, is tackled. Hunt. And this is Sio coming in off his wing for a run up the centre. Manu Kafoa. That's a good charge by him. Manu Kafoa, great run, 20-metre burst. Cutler clung to him, got the job done in the end. Now Talisi, does he draw inspiration from Manu Kafoa? Again, not a bad run. Good set by Wentworthville here. Let's see what they can do at the end of it. Aaron Fluke, a pass that I reckon was forward to Chris Hicks. It's been called forward. It was. Turnover.
Forward? It was that far forward. The guy on the jumping castle nearly caught that football. Tappy, have a look at it.
A couple of metres forward, actually.
Yeah, it was. Look, but that was on the back of a very, very good go forward. Yeah, and that's what Lee just said. They've got back into the game. A good set of 6 in defence here now. Try and force an error from Canterbury and try and get themselves back into a decent field position.
Michael Lett. It's not the first time we've seen Wentworthville execute that sort of play, i.e. off the back of a very good set, just imploding at the end of it and coming up with a 0 result. It's coach killing stuff. Morin. He was crunch there. Ran into Nathan Armit and another. He's as tough as teak, Brad Morin. Cutler kick over the top. Here's Lett about to explode onto the footy. Wentworthville's Daniel Mortimer came up with it though. I thought Lett was going to produce something of a miracle play there. And Mortimer going on with the tackle a bit long.
Cutler on Mortimer, I think it was there too. I thought they lost possession. One went the other way, and you can see it here. Once again, a set play there for Michael Lett. Just couldn't quite get through the traffic, and ball didn't bounce his way. Daniel Mortimer did very, very well to cover it there. And then you got the two halfbacks wrestling. Mortimer got up to go again. Cutler got up to put him down. You can watch here, Cutler actually strips the ball off him and gets penalised for that last little bit of effort.
Having their own little personal duel out there, as you'd expect. Wentworthville now through Nathan Armit in possession. Morin across the top, puts him on the ground. Now Hunt hasn't really run from acting half today. Aaron Fluke out to Joseph Paulo.
David, just got word on Mickey Payer. Nothing too serious. He's actually got a corked shin, so they don't think it's anything too serious, but it's affected him with his running style, so they just pulled him off to have a look. Nothing too serious.
Thank you, Lee. Well done. Here's Rawalui making a good burst. Got the pass on the outside to Ken Sio. He comes back towards the centre. Pummerby and Jake Foster there. Now it's with Mortimer. Then Matt Hunt. Then it comes to Manu Kafoa. Now it's with Aaron Fluke. He sees an opportunity. Kicks through for his winger. Chris Hicks has picked it up and planted it down. The crowd's gone up, but it's no try. Touch judge has the flag in the air. Foot into touch. Another look with Peter Mulholland.
Yeah, great little kick here from Aaron Fluke too. He's pulled the defence forward. Bryson Goodwin and Josh Morris had to come forward, which gave Chris Hicks an open ride to the try line. Just unfortunately, you can see the chalk just come up, and Hicks is going to argue with it, but cheer squad even went up as well.
They did. So Canterbury will now get the loosened feed. Football appears to have gone missing for the moment.
We're talking to Lee Bennett at half-time there, David. They've had 2 chances in the first half. That's another chance there, Lee, that's gone begging for the Wentworthville side.
Yeah, Wentworthville have been working really, really hard. They get down in a good attacking position, but just can't execute it. There's been a few chances gone begging now.
Our highlights package of this match continues. 10 minutes into the second half. 28 blot. And now going forward is Big Tim Brown for Canterbury. Talisi races in to finish that tackle off. And Pummerby, a little bit scrappy out of acting half. We've just seen a bit of indecision today from Shane Pummerby. Another example of it there.
When he second guesses himself, he creates havoc. And that was the same when he played in the half. Shane Pummerby is a very, very talented player. He's just got to do what he does best, and that's not second guess himself. Just take the first point and make it from there.
Daniel Mortimer got his hands on the football. But Canterbury, loose and feed. Long pass out to Nathan Smith, and now it's Michael Lett. Got 2 tries very early in this game, showing blinding speed with both of them. Now Smith is interchanging with Pumapi early in the tackle count at acting half. And we see Brown again. Hard and straight up the centre. They'll handle it. And Matt Hunt affecting that tackle. Pumapi inside to Cutler, and here's Lett bursting onto the football. Good work, Canterbury. And fortuitously for Wentworthville, Hunt and Pellettilisi there to make the tackle. Cutler, pass out wide to Josh Morris. It was a little bit of a low pass. By the time he picked it up, he'd lost his momentum. That's tackle 5. Pumapi at first receiver. He hoists the ball in the air. The kick's high enough, all right. Raul Louis was unable to wrap it up for Wentworthville. Football on the ground.
First one, Bulldogs. Second one, Wenty.
So it'll be a Wentworthville feed.
Stoney, was that the last tackle?
Yeah, you can just see him go up here, and it is. It's.
Change it over here.
Oh.
Nah, it was
Well, he's called it. I'm not quite sure that it was that way, but referee's called it, and everybody's happy.
Yeah, it was in fact the last tackle, so Wentworthville getting the turnover anyway. Pellettilisi will get to his feet after being tackled by Pumapi. Here's Joseph Paulo. In front of him, Nathan Smith, Jake Foster, Josh Morris. Here's Hunt. He goes for a run down the short side. That was a burst of about 8 odd metres. Now Savage at acting half. Penalty. And Wentworthville need that and a whole lot more. Here's a replay of Hunt's short side burst.
You can see here he's called Shane Pumapi off, and Pumapi's just laid on him that little bit long, and instead of going off to the side, he's decided to come around to the front, and the referee said no, you can't do it, and penalises him for it.
Now Nathan Armit straight into the Bulldogs forward pack. Brad Moran. Armit making the tackle. In 18, it is Carl Webb. Back into the action, former Queensland Origin star, Mortimer. The line. Raul Louis was able to bounce out of Tia Khalifi's effort, but Ravakava wrapped him up along with Cutler. Now Savage. Back to Hunt. Who wants it, he says. No one, so he takes the tackle. Right in centre field, 11 metres out from the Canterbury line. Can Wentworthville get a 4-pointer this afternoon? Mortimer away from Fluke. Flying onto the ball was Pellettilisi, I believe. It was put on the ground. Hicks has it now, but it's to no avail.
Yeah, sloppy play again, and both sides falling into a little bit of bad habits at the moment. And you can see the ball from Mortimer there. Just Aaron Fluke's pass. Yeah, probably a little bit too high. Probably could have been caught by Junior Paulo, but both sides guilty of a little bit of sloppy play.
Yeah, Joseph Paulo. They called it as Pellettilisi. He was in fact the decoy runner that went on the inside. Here's Bryson Goodwin. Meantime, tackle for the Bulldogs. Josh Morris jumps out of acting half. Joseph Paulo and Troy Savage make the tackle. Daniel Mortimer also in there. Now Pumapi got the ball away, and now coming away with it is Gary Warburton. Wrapped up by Penny Taripo and Daniel Mortimer. Tia Khalifi decided to go back towards the centre. Ravakava there in support. Tackler was Ken Seo. Pumapi, Cutler away to Big Brown.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're doing there, just a pivot run of a prop forward, 10 metres behind. Not a great set of 6 from Canterbury.
Here's a ball from Cutler to Josh Morris. He's in space. They won't stop him. He's got support. Dummies, doesn't need support. And Josh Morris will score a very simple try. Another one to Canterbury, 32 points to nil. Kick to come.
I guess Justin Holbrook would love terrible sets of 6 like that. every set of 6. Ball bounces here. Great bounce for Josh Morris. I wasn't quite sure where Trent Cutler was heading with that last tackle play, but Morris had a lot of work to do here. Clean pair of heels. Not great defence from the Wentworthville side. I think they saw the bouncing ball, and it does cause some indecision in the defensive line, and Josh Morris there, good try for him.
It was Aaron Fluke who, in defence,